Hello and welcome. I'm Brian Griffin. I've been reading tarot and other oracle cards for over 40 years. I bought my first deck of Morgan Greer at the Occult Shop in Toronto in 1980. That store is, or at least at the time was, owned by the Wicca Church of Canada. Although I've been online since the early days of local free nets, AOL, and even a CompuServe account, I have very little on this channel. That's not because I am a stills photographer, nor because I'm a technophobe. Some of it is shyness, social anxiety, but also trauma-based issues around my physical appearance. I'm also dealing with dissociative amnesia, and you'll see today I'm reading from a script. But back to the old man as a technophobe theory. I've been playing with computers since Dad bought an IBM 5155, which had less processing power than the dumbest of modern smartphones. I now have 5 active web domains, down significantly from a few years ago, and accounts at 3 print-on-demand sites, significantly less than 10 to 15 years ago when I started. I do continue to post sporadically on my blog, briangriffin.ca. I am proficient in Photoshop, although I much prefer PaintShop Pro. Video just frustrates me. I do believe you can sometimes teach old dogs new tricks, so I'm going to learn. But for now, videos will be only slightly edited and pretty raw. Make of that what you will. While tarot and other oracle decks will be the main focus of my channel, be prepared for everything from rabid leftist viewpoints to discussions of childhood trauma and PTSD, to the international orders of perpetual indulgence. I was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in the summer of 1958. My family moved 3 times before I started high school. After graduation, I immediately entered retail work at a camera store. I've since picked up certifications and taken non-credit studies for specific job requirements or personal interest. I came out as gay in a small southwestern Ontario city's newspaper the spring of 1978. I now identify as queer, and I do respect those whose experience of that word is too painful for them to reclaim it. Moving back to Toronto before my 20th birthday, I engaged in political and sexual rebellion. In 1981, I took my vows in the Toronto Order of Perpetual Indulgence, or TOPI. TOPI was inspired and accepted by, but never officially related to, the original order in San Francisco. My vows of community service remain in place, although the minimal organizational structure of TOPI has folded. I am Sister Flirtatious Romanowski of Middlesex. I'm also the Digital Griffin for business purposes, and I'm Uncle Griff to a spectacular group of my biologicals in both the United States and Canada. After realizing the earlier predictions of not living past the age of 40 were perhaps wrong, I moved to Central Ohio, and for the first time in my life, I pursued a career instead of simply working. My professional sales career ended at the end of 2008. My previous weekends-only pet photography business and offering my graphic designs through online print-on-demand websites helped me as I adjusted to no longer working 60-hour weeks for the man. There are many joys and wonders to outliving that earlier prediction of an earlier death. From the explosion of exploration of the diversity of sex, gender, and love that exists in this omniverse, to the rise in earth-based and humanist spiritual paths. Now, increased print-on-demand technologies and global supply chains have expanded the ability of artists to create and sell their designs on everything from t-shirts to oracle decks. When I moved to Ohio in 1996, I had 5 tarot decks, all published by U.S. Games, and 3 First Nations-inspired oracle decks from other publishers. As of today, I have 34 tarot and 23 non-tarot decks. This does include 6 that are looking to be rehomed. Only a minority of my decks are self-published, but that reflects more my budget rather than deck appeal. I'm more of a card reader than a deck collector, although I am both. I have no idea what this channel will be like in the future, so pop back and find out.